Good morning and welcome to Stowe House. We're on the retro run. Hi.
Good morning. Brilliant.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. Great day, guys.
Thank you. Thanks very much.
And she's not leaky, so we don't need a drip mat or anything. So this is a beautiful place, isn't it?
Good morning and welcome to Stowe House, and we're on the retro run. And you've heard of the Classic, you see racing cars and all manner of things over a 3-day event. Well, the retro run is slightly different. For a start, you take in lots of hidden gems, including the British Motoring Museum, interesting pubs, coffee houses, even places with munitions. And it just gives you, well, it gives you a touch of history in the area, and it gives you a chance to take your retro classic on, say, a 100-mile journey or 70. Now, prices vary, but it's around £250. So, you get one of these, you get a full starter pack, it's parking permits, full maps, and you can see exactly where you're going and what you're doing. The thing is, you can deviate left, right and centre. And if you do miss the start time, you can just join halfway through. You also get to go in a parade lap and specialist parking. And they just make it really easy. Now don't worry, your pack includes everything, tells you exactly what to do by the book. And I suppose that's what appeals to me. The fact it's so simple. You just come here, meet some like-minded people, grab a cup of tea, then you're off on your adventure. And there's no time limits. It's just do what you want, when you want. It doesn't matter about your car, as long as it's classic, retro, or say pre-war, or vintage, or etc, etc. You get the picture. Join us as we partake in the retro run. Let's roll. I do love a pillarless coupe because it's nice and airy on a summer's adventure.
And it is. It's a true summer's day, isn't it, Ben?
It is. We've got the perfect car to do this in. Built by Daimler-Benz, so when money just wasn't an object. Cruise control on a 31-year-old car. Now the sound isn't going to be perfect, but there is no way I'm putting the windows up on a day like today, travelling at around 30 miles an hour. I'm sure we'll cope. Plus, yes, we've no aircon. Generations passing. Thank you. Look at this.
This is beautiful.
Classic construction. Such a beautiful backdrop.
Well, they do a long or a short route, don't they? With lots of, they said, hidden gems, interesting places to see, places to stop, you name it.
Just zeroed our mileage so we could see
Clear on the left.
how many miles we actually cover. You'll find a mix of lovely roads. I mean, you get little country lanes, but you'll get fast A roads too. So you don't need to poople unless you really want to. It's such a delight driving Lady Dorothy on these roads, and that's the thing. You've got A roads, you've got B roads, you've got really, really little winding country. Apologies. Dorothy's a rather large car. She's got ABS, but that's it for safety. Oh, and seatbelts. Kick down. So we're in Standard. This vehicle also has economy. I don't think it makes any difference, it just allows it to rev a little higher. Considering she's 31 years old, she will sit at, say, 125 miles an hour on an autobahn. So motorways in this country, absolutely no problem. And it does offer a rather refined ride.
Well, I think she's the perfect cruising vehicle, to be honest.
She is, even on 17.
And our alloys are diamond cut. They look absolutely awesome.
Got my navigator on the left hand side, Annabelle Quirk, my wife. If you're familiar to the channel, you'll know that it's Annabelle and I that always go on our road trips. It doesn't matter what it is, whether it's one of our classics or it's a brand new MG, Audi, and whether it's to Goodwood or wherever. That's why we wanted to do the retro run, so we could show people exactly what it's about. Because you read about these things and think, well, okay, so what do I get for my money? Well, you get, it's a rather special experience. Come on, pick your heels up, Dorothy. Real racing roads these, aren't they, Annabelle?
Very twisty turny, but that's what you want.
Yeah, but they're sweeping as well. That's what it means. You can get decent speed. Ooh, didn't like that bit.
You know, Lady Dorothy's built for comfort and cruising speed.
Plus the tyres are a bit oversized.
Yeah, and not dipping and wheeling speed.
Hinton Airfield, Banbury Gliding Club, and Hinton Skydiving. So if you want to jump out of a plane, this is the perfect place.
And this is Farthinghoe. Slow down and see more.
Look at the retro garage. Z-Benz, amazing. That queue of traffic, on point, typical. This is the thing, this may be a CE, which is essentially an E-Class, but it can still perform on a back road. Because of the 17-inch wheels that are off the AMG later cars, it sticks to the road like glue. Plus we've uprated the brakes and replaced the suspension and done all manner of things to this car. It was our project, wasn't it, Annabelle?
Indeed. Gosh, that was 2018, finished. Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, can you remember when we towed it to, well, I drove it to the garage and you followed me?
Oh, yeah. That journey that should have taken about 30 minutes took about 2 hours. Exactly. That one, yeah. I remember now.
When I came out of Junctions, it bounced, and that's why, but we didn't know that until we took her in.
And he said, actually, this is what you're looking at.
Yeah, and more to the point, you shouldn't have really driven it. Well, lesson learned. And since then, I mean, we're at 218,000 miles, and we go the length and the breadth of the country, don't we, in this? Under the bonnet, we've got a 2.3, so it's an 8-valve, and it's got around 138 brake horsepower, so it's not the biggest engine. Believe it or not, it's actually the smallest engine that Mercedes-Benz offered. And get this, it's 4-cylinder, but it means if you put your foot down, you've got a rather peppy engine. Woo, chimney!
Ooh, we love chimneys! So far, just at the beginning of this journey has shown us a plethora of greenery. It's no wonder that they've called this place Green and Pleasant Land, is it?
Is it?
The song. It's Green and Pleasant Land.
Ah, okay. Apologies, show my ignorance there. There's lots of places you could get cream tea on this adventure.
Oh, afternoon tea is a big favourite of Planet Auto, isn't it?
It is indeed.
Heading towards Banbury.
Indeed.
And if anyone's wondering why I keep doing that silly voice when I say the word Banbury,
take the third exit.
It's to do with the importance of being earnest.
One should always be earnest.
Exactly.
Especially on one's weekend.
And that's part of the play on words, that's part of what the play is based on, actually.
My word, my hair's gone
I'm just going to tidy that. There we go. Thank you. Otherwise, it's Pudding Bowl Bed. Oh, look at that.
Well, that's in the retro run.
It is indeed.
Yeah, we saw that leave as we got there.
So they're doing their own little scenic route as well.
Up to motorway speeds. Gotta love this Benzo.
She does it with ease, doesn't she?
She does. Behold the British Motor Museum at Gaydon. Oh. Yeah, those bushes squeaking, can't they?
We can indeed. Hello again.
Hi.
Hello.
Anywhere you like, you can park.
Thank you.
Wonderful, thank you.
Filled up here, sadly.
Wow. Look at this. Look how beautiful bright yellow. Oh, look at that Triumph in front of us.
Yeah, Herald.
What a beautiful colour.
But we're between a 911 and a 944S as well.
I can think of no better place for a pit stop on the Retro Run than the British Motor Museum. Even the car park is just filled with classic cars. We've had a look at a few, let's go and look at some more.
Actually, if we just drive over that.
Just look at some of these cars. Porsche 911, Jaguar E-Type.
Maybe to trade yours.
The MG RV8. Bomberg.
That's all speaking.
Got a love orange.
When you've got the Retro Run on, even the car park is a museum in and of itself. Let's go and have a look. This is just a sample of some of the cars that you see. This Stingray and this Jag, absolutely beautiful. The driver of this Jag is a fellow Northerner, so we're going to catch up with them in a bit.
I bet you've had about 17 of them, haven't you?
No, I've just had this one from a.
It's in bloody
your
good
age.
condition.
Really? I've had it 31 years.
That's the thing, that's what I like about that. You've not gone back and just bought something that was like,
No,
oh, that's
no.
going to go up. You've kept it.
No, when I got this,
Yeah.
was it about 11 grand or something like that when I got these, because they had a later ones, they're not
Yeah.
worth the same amount of money.
No,
But
which is sad.
Having said that though, if you probably drove this one compared to an earlier one, I can understand there's some of the reasons why
These are supposed to be far more easy to drive, aren't they?
yeah, much easier. And it's got what every E-Type needs, which is called fifth gear.
Even my Mark 1
Yeah.
Golf only had 4 gears.
So normally you go out in one of these 250 and that's it, you're out.
yeah.
You're completely out. And I've still got over a quarter of a tank left.
There's so many things to see. This Mini, the Aston Martin behind me. Let's look further in. That's a nice colour for the Celica. It's not every day you see a livery like that, is it? Mind you, we wouldn't really see much of that nowadays. This Lancia Fulvia, that's the best Italian accent I can do. Buono, molto buono. I know I'm talking about food when I say it that way, but it's tasty.
TR4. They look almost bat-like with the shape
They
of the
do,
rear
don't
wings.
they?
Yeah, they're an interesting design. Well, Annabelle's giving you a quick taste of the cars on the Retro Run, parked on the lawn. What's got modern here? Alpha 145. It's cars, cars, cars. The smell of petrol. The sound of V8s. Tommy Mackinnon edition, so limited number. And if you want to see how good they are on a track, I actually drove on the Top Gear track with NASCAR's #1 Indian driver, I think it was, as a co-pilot, coaching me how to rally drive essentially. You live and learn.
Bye! See you at Silverstone! See you later!
That's it, it's such a friendly environment. That's our first leg complete, so it's now time to head off to the Silverstone Classic.
It's a road trip adventure, isn't it?
Yes.
Bye! See you there!
See you later.
Bye! See you at Silverstone!
In 0.1 miles, turn right.
Clear.
Turn right.
I'm gonna put the windows up a bit. Would you say that's like pillar box red?
Yes.
I would too.
Like the other one as well. The fellow northerner.
The fellow northerner.
Well, it wouldn't be a road trip without going the wrong way once.
Look at that Ben, BMW E36.
Junction.
Oh,
Look,
at the
thatched
thatched
roof.
roof. Yeah, beautiful.
And then turn right.
So it's the next right, okay?
In 0.1 miles, turn right.
Like specialist parking.
Would be
Would
closer.
A bit closer to the action, yeah.
Yeah. Near there.
Is it just straight over, yeah?
Yeah, I'll point you in the right direction.
Thank you.
It's so different here in the daytime.
Oh my word.
How many
It's
people?
so different to the lap of lights. Oh, this is the action. What a place to see it.
You're right, because we're on the RetroRun, we're literally being taken down to the front.
Big one. Is this way, do we think?
I think it might be.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so
20. So we're in the right place, we're just got to figure out where we're going to park. Let's
So this is where we get to park, so we're miles away from the public car parking, right in the centre of the action. Welcome to Silverstone The Classic 2022, an event that runs for 3 days. We've just arrived in Dorothy, and we're right next to the track. And then to the right of me, there's loads of show cars to look at. And to be perfectly frank, it's our first day here. Well, it's our first time ever at the Classic. So without further ado, we're going to go off an adventure.
Excellent.
We're offering free.